Stop recording button.
Alright folks, it's ManamonTamer's here. As you can tell, I have Blades of Glory loaded, and I am going to make a brief guide on how to make a loadout that synergizes well with everything that you
Blades of Glory,
have.
Age of Legends, roll, play. Customize equipment.
So,
Loading, customize equipment, weapon CX.
let's
Experimenter.
use my experimenter
Weapon Theta.
loadout here.
Secondary weapon, broad axe, shield, Furios.
So, I believe
Armor, Daptridia.
that loadout synergy actually starts with the armor. So, yeah, like, you can select your items in order, but you need to have your armor in mind before you've even selected it. Because the armor is going to determine what damage you can take. So, it can actually be a very big dictator of what weapons you can actually use if you're trying to kill someone in PvP.
Lorica Segmentata.
So, for all intents and purposes, we'll go with the Lorica Segmentata, which is easily one of the best armors in the game.
Shield, set, weapon
Now,
Theta.
we'll move to our primary weapons. So, my biggest advice is, unless you're going for a no-shield loadout, never use a two-handed weapon as your primary.
Skadox.
So, now we need to think, okay, what can my armor do? So let's go back and look at the Segmentata.
Set, shield, armor, Lorica Segmentata. Piercing resistance, 26.
So 26 piercing resistance, so that's like going to be spears, and I don't know what else falls under that category, I'm sorry.
Slashing resistance, 28.
So this is going to be like swords, you know, like I can take hit from swords.
Blunt resistance, 20.
And 20 blunt resistance, so that's maces. And I think the axe might... No, actually, I don't know where that one falls under. It should be under blunt, technically. But yeah, so that's everything. As you can see, my armor's kind of light, because we also have
Movement speed, minus 7.5.
my movement speed, which is very low. So, okay, so what can I do with this? I can move fast, and I don't take hits very well. So now I need to think, okay, how can I use this?
Weapon
And
CX.
so now we go
Weapon
back
CX.
to the weapon, and I could use a dagger, but if I'm going to use a dagger, it needs to have high damage. So if I wanted to use a dagger, I'd use the Rondo. It also has a good glory strike, so there's that to take into consideration. But really,
Tobies. Gladius.
what I think I'll use for this
Rondel.
demonstration
Poignard. Broad axe. Warhammer. Flail. Maul.
is
Greatsword. Falchion. Arming sword.
the flail.
Falch, great, small.
And
Flail.
because the reason why I'm going to go with the flail is
Type, one-handed
because it's a one-handed mace.
Damage, 170 to 180.
It does 170 to 1... Holy shit, wait, I did not realize it did that much damage. 170 to 180 damage, okay.
Range, 3.5.
3.5 range, so it's kind of slow. Or it's kind of mid-range, like, low.
Sweep angle, 25.
Its sweep angle is 25 though, so that's like, almost like with the Gladius, wasn't really used with the same range.
Attack speed, 1.7.
And 1.7
Glory strike, grab a lunge.
attack
It hit 1 time.
speed, which is actually pretty good, and then it pulls the target towards you so you can deal more damage. So yeah, because I don't take hits very well, but I can do a ton of damage with this, and then also,
Second shield, armor, Lorica Segmentata.
my armor has this
Dodge
passive.
multiplier, 1.05.
That's the wrong button, sorry.
Movement speed, minus 7.5. Dodge cooldown, 3.3.
Okay, that's,
Passive ability, fear of Rome, plus 8%
here it
critical
is.
hit rate.
The 7.
Passive ability, fear of Rome, plus 8%
Right.
critical hit rate.
Is it the 7?
Passive ability, fear of Rome,
Yeah,
plus 8%
yeah,
critical hit rate.
So, my passive gives me an additional 8% chance to land a critical hit, putting me at 10% crit chance. And critical hits deal twice as much damage as they were meant to do. So now, I have that decided.
Shield, Furios, secondary weapon, broad axe.
So now, let's look at my secondary. Here you can have any two-handed weapon, honestly. Though I would generally try to avoid having two of the same weapon type if you're going to go into PvP, unless you're using double sword. Double sword is actually pretty good. Like, you could justify doing a double sword loadout, if you ask me. Right now I have the broad axe here on the secondary slot.
Warhammer. Flail. Maul. Greatsword.
So, okay, now I need
Falchion.
to think what I want my secondary to do, because... So, I see that my primary, it has damage, but it doesn't have range, and its sweep angle is okay, but not great, and it has a good speed. So, taking all that into account, well, the Glory Strike is, for all intents and purposes, not relevant. The Glory Strike is just something you can do, but won't always be able to do.
Arming sword. Arming sword. Falchion, greatsword.
So,
Falchion, arming sword.
if I look at the other weapons I don't have, because I can't have two of the same, the Arming Sword isn't what I want. It doesn't do enough damage. It has a good Glory Strike, yes, but it doesn't have any range, really. It's only slightly better.
Falchion.
Falchion is also not really
Type
good
one-handed sword.
here.
Damage 135 to 145.
It does less damage,
Range 4.
and it has only slightly better
Sweep angle
range.
30.
It does have a better sweep
Attack speed
angle,
1.65. Glory strike.
though.
Backhanded blow.
It
Land 2 hits to unleash an
is
attacker.
actually slower.
Great sword.
The great sword could work. Mace plus sword is actually kind of scary combo if you choose the right weapons.
Maul.
But for all intents and purposes, I don't really want it because I.
Flail. Warhammer.
This actually, most of the time, my secondary acts as my main damage healer, and for the glory strike, that is kind of relevant.
Broadaxe.
So I might just stick with the Broadaxe here.
Poignard.
I am gonna do a demonstration duel.
Rondel. Pike.
The Rondel is
Rondel,
not
Poignard.
range enough,
Broadaxe.
but the Broadaxe, which is what I said, I have it.
Type two-handed axe. Damage 155 to 170.
So it's slightly weaker, but it's still gonna hurt
Range 5.5.
because it has a better range. It's 2 tiles better actually.
Sweep angle 40.
A better sweep angle at 40.
Attack speed 1.
And it's only 1 attack speed, but like I said, you have the crit and you have the range.
Glory strike. Backhanded blow. Land 2 hits to unleash an attack that deals 1 damage. Instinctive guard. Axe 5%. Seer 5%.
Oh, that's its passive ability. Okay. Yeah. And the glory strike just gives you another hit that goes through the shield. So with that being said, I think I'll probably just stick with it. Of course,
Rondel.
there's these daggers, which, like I said, they don't have the range, so I don't really want to use that because I'll have to take damage, deal damage.
Pike.
The pike, it could, because it's double the range.
Daru.
It could also use the Doru, then I'd have a shield loadout, a double one-handed loadout. Really good if you choose the range shield, which we'll get to that in a bit.
Gladius.
There's the Gladius, which is too close range for less damage, although it is faster.
Copies.
The Copus is more or less the same problem. This is actually slower with its damage.
Pilum.
Pilum could be really good here. 4 tiles extra range. And actually a little bit more damage.
Damage 180 to 190.
Yeah. So more
Range
damage.
7.5. Sweep angle 15.
It has a worse sweep angle.
Attack speed
though.
0.9.
Already pretty
Glory strike.
close.
Vengeful throw. Land 1. Instinctive guard. Axe 15%.
Oh, 15%. Okay.
Judo. CX.
The PGO CX are too close
Stegox.
range. Stegox is also... It has a better sweep angle, but it's still kind of close range for less damage.
Spada.
Spatha could work here too, because it is just a good weapon.
Spjot.
Then we have the Spjot, which is faster, has better range, but
Range
it does
6.
less damage and has a worse sweep angle.
Sweep angle 16. Type one-handed spear.
So I don't think this will work as well.
Viking sword.
The Viking sword has more or less the same issues as a lot of the other one-handed swords, where it's either barely faster or slightly faster, but it only has slightly better range and better sweep angle, but that's not really going to be enough to easy round 17 left.
Ziphos.
The Ziphos has the same
Viking
issue.
Spjot. CX. Fugitive.
So
Pilot.
that
Blade. Daru.
makes
Pike. Rondel. Poignard. Broadaxe.
sense.
Warhammer.
Go with
Broadaxe.
Broadaxe on this
You already
one,
have this weapon equipped in one of your slots.
which is already equipped.
Shield. Furios.
And now for
Furios.
the shield. The shield, you need to think about what you want it to do.
Sputum.
How you want to play when you do your
Boss round shield. Buckler.
Are you
Kite
going to
shield.
use it to
Round shield.
bash, then you go
Round shield.
smaller shield, or are you going to use it just for defense? Maybe you have a rage thrust weapon like a Seax or a Doru. Then you could use the Sputum because you want that shield to get hit, or the Kite Shield
Kite
too,
shield.
if you still want to be able to attack behind it.
Butler. Boss round shield.
Personally, I want this loadout to be a bit more aggressive, so I'll probably go with the boss round shield because if you look at its stats,
Endurance 650.
650 endurance, that's going to be 1,000 in duels.
Repair rate 50.
The repair rate's not relevant for duels. This is mainly a duels guide. But if you were in arena, that would be kind of relevant. That would take roughly 13 seconds. Actually, scratch that. It would take 13 seconds to fully repair if it was at 0.
Block angle 55.
55 block angle. So this isn't going to block a ton of attacks if you're not careful.
Bash speed 0.8.
The bash speed is how quickly it'll bash. So you could honestly
Bash knockback 3.
3 bash knockback, so you can use that for running away if you really need to. Arrows exist in moves, so
Bash knockback 3.
that. So with that being said, like there's that. So yeah, because like this synergy is all about making things work well together. So I think the shield, yeah, the boss round shield will actually work perfectly because the mace is pretty close up and I still want to attack pretty fast. So this is where a bit of calculations come into play. So my weapon has my mace, which is my one-handed weapon, so it's the only one I can use my shield with, has an attack speed of 1.7. Which means that when I'm attacking behind the shield, I only have a range of, or an attack speed, rather, of 1.36, which is still a good speed. So, yeah, we'll go with this shield.
Armor, Lorca Segmentada. Active ability, charge.
Now, the hardest part, if you ask me, for finding synergy is the right ability, because you really can't just throw any ability onto any piece of armor or loadout for that matter. So, Berserk in PvP is just too counterable. I would not. Mighty Slam, I don't know what you'd be thinking running
Mighty Slam,
with.
duration 8 seconds. Cooldown 20 seconds. Increases shield bash knockback distance by 7 and damage by 100. Charge.
Charge you could use for mobility, which I might go with here.
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut is really only good if you're using something like Iron Scale or Plate Armor. Otherwise, I wouldn't use this. It is a good ability, don't get me wrong. It just has to go in like those specific loadouts, otherwise it's not really doing much for you.
Apollo's Blessing.
Apollo's Blessing, I
Might of
don't want to use, it's too toxic. Might of Mars is okay, but I wouldn't use it here either.
Odin's Justice.
Odin's Justice is good if you're trying to be like Blast Cannon, or even just super aggressive.
Outrage.
And
Thor's
Outrage is really good for
Thor's Thunder.
aggression. Thor's Thunder, I really wouldn't use here. I think I'm going
Outrage. Odin's
to
Justice. Might of Juggernaut.
go
Mighty Berserk. Berserk.
charge,
Mighty charge.
though,
This ability is already active.
which is already active, thank God.
Armor, Lorca Segmentada. Active ability, charge. Juggernaut. Armor, active ability, Juggernaut. Charge.
That's a lie, because I never actually equipped it.
Armor, Lorca Segmentada.
So we have
Shield, boss round
Segmentada,
shield.
boss round
Secondary
shield,
weapon, broad axe.
secondary of
Weapon
broadaxe, and the primary of flail. It just says weapon. Actually, I think this loadout could. This might be pretty decent. Alright, let me
Copy
see if
loadout
I can
code.
get somebody duel.
Rename, save loadout.
So I'm gonna click save loadout.
Main menu. Custom view profile. Players. Loading. RTR assassin. Menu. Headhunter. Menu. RTR options for RTR. Send private message. PM to RTR assassin.
I'm trying to get our
Options for RTR assassin. Profile. PM to RTR assassin. Can we duel? Load main menu. Play. Play.
Let's see if he responds.
Play. Loadout. Duels. Searching for an opponent. Loading. RTR assassin. Menu. Denim.000. Menu. Just Monica. Menu. ManamonTamer. Duels. Family friendly. Menu. Family friendly. Menu. Hold shift and press escape to leave your enter chat message. Seeking ManamonTamer. Someone help me out here? Match just Monica with
just to
what?
see.
Sir Lansford. The Nibble Nerds YouTube. Enter chat message. Seeking ManamonTamer. Synergy guide. Enter chat message. Seeking ManamonTamer. Duel.
I'm actually, I honestly think I did a pretty good job with this loadout for the safety guide.
Match found. Your opponent is blind football.
Oh, fuck, I'm screwed.
The unmatched just Monica. Your opponent is coming. Blind football. Great sword. Blind football.
Okay.
No, blind football. Blind football. South.
You didn't hit me.
Blind. Blind football. 859. Blind football. Small. 859. 1,000 shield.
He hit me. You? With a dash?
West. Blind.
God.
Left.
I got number with the
Blind.
twitch.
North. Blind football. South.
Oh my god, I made a grab here.
Blind football.
And
506. Blind football. Great sword. Blind. East.
I just felt that.
Blind football. Great sword. Blind football. Blind foot 100. East. Blind football. East. Blind football. Blind football. Small.
Wow, he doused me. I like those super great.
Down.
Holy shit, okay, I did get one hit.
Blind football.
Alright, let's see who makes the first move here.
Round 2. First blind football. Arena almost perfected. Enter arena chat. Seeking ManamonTamer. Arena almost. Enter arena chat.
Whoa! Whoa!
108. Blind.
That would have been a free hit.
1,000 health. What? Blind football. East. Blind football. Blind football. Great. Blind football. Great sword. Blind football. Great sword. Blind football. Great sword. East. Blind football. 715.
Alright, yeah, this flail does not
Blind
work
football. Great.
against him.
Blind. East.
Ow! How did he land that so perfectly?
Blind south. Line north. Line. Line through fall. Line north. Line. 357 health. Line through fall mall. 150. Line through fall mall. Line through fall great sword. Line through fall great north. Line through fall great
Gotta be careful here. I am good at that.
west.
Ah! He's
Line
gonna
through fall
break
great.
down this ground.
Line above.
Wait, did I hit him? No way.
West.
Crit!
South. Line
I
through
just
fall.
need to break the shield.
South. South. Line through fall. What east? Line through fall north.
Crap, I missed.
141.
I'm gonna lose the timer.
Line through fall great sword. Line west. Line through fall great sword. Main menu. Play.
Okay, actually I think this letter has potential. Wait, hold up.
Enter chat message. First. Blank. I. Main menu. Play. Seeking ManamonTamer. This loadout might have some potential. Seeking. Cursor blind through fall. If I wasn't so aggressive, I would have perfected that. Cursor blind through fall. Yes. Cursor blind through fall. Yes. Enter chat message. Main menu. Play. Seeking ManamonTamer. Once more. Play. Play. Duels. Searching for an opponent.
Let's
Cursor
just
blind through fall. I
get
mean, you were
away.
fighting the dead. Of course I win. That's just how this works.
Yeah, no, he was just out. I never smacked you.
Loading. RTR assassin. Match.
Okay. Hold up.
Hold shift and press escape
Yeah.
to leave the arena. South.
Huh? What do you mean?
Line through fall.
What do you mean?
Line north. Line through fall.
It's like this.
West.
I thought I did.
West.
Well, I'll do it a bit. Hold on.
Line through
40.
fall east. 809 health. Line through fall small.
Okay, I accept you for right there.
Line through fall.
Right?
Line through fall. Line. South. Line through. Line through fall. South. Line. Line. East. Line north. 670.
Oh my god. He's from the this is
Line. Line west. 652 health. Line through fall small. North.
Got him.
Line through fall small. Line. North. East. Line through fall. East. Line through fall. 470. Line through fall. Great sword. Line through fall. Line through fall. Great sword. Line west. East. Line through. 332. Line through fall. Small. $159. Line through fall. North.
That's another hit.
Line through fall. Line through fall. 1,000 health. 1,000 shield endurance.
Okay, I apparently wasn't dead to another hit.
Line through fall. Line through fall. Line. Line north.
How did he
709
get
health.
perfect hit?
Line through fall. Great sword. Line through fall. North. A guard. Line through fall. Mall. North. Line through fall. Mall. Line through fall. Line through fall. Great. Line north. Line west. Line through fall. West. Line through fall. Great. 509 health.
How did I miss the
South. Line through fall. Great. Line through fall. Great. North. 300 north.
and I missed?
Line through fall. Great sword. North. 187.
I'm just dead. Like, there's nothing
North.
left.
Line through fall. Great. Line through fall.
I literally cannot make anything. What is this?
Line through fall. Line through. Line through fall. Small. Line through fall. Line through. Line through fall. Small. Line through east.
Okay, hit.
Line through fall.
Over.
187. Line. South. 43 health. 604 shield endurance. East. North. Line through fall. South.
haven't played.
Blind football, great sword. Blind football. Blind football,
I
north.
have to get like Omega fucking lucky.
Blind football, mop. Blind football, mop. 18 health. West, blind
I
football, mop.
live on KT.
You win.
God damn.
Main menu, play, 8 ingots. Cursor blind football, perfected. Enter chat message. A standard way. Main menu, play, seeking ManamonTamer, 18 health. Cursor blind football, LOL. Enter chat message. E. Main menu, play, seeking ManamonTamer. I just keep up speed-wise. Enter chat message. Main menu, play, seeking ManamonTamer, can't. Cursor blind football. Yeah, I'm very evil with my maneuvers.
Yeah. So I mean, like, yeah, no, synergy is just really, it's just about.
Enter chat message. Main menu, play, seeking ManamonTamer. Thanks though.
It's just about finding weapons that work well together because they
Cursor blind
cover
football,
for
fights.
each other's weaknesses.
Enter chat message. Main menu, play, seeking ManamonTamer. The broad axe crit was funny.
But it's just about finding weapons that cover each other and specifically work well with your armor.
Cursor blind football. Yeah, that made me mad. I almost had a perfect there as well.
Yeah, because
A standard wait will begin in 30 seconds in the Temple of Legends.
the armor is going to determine what damage you can take. And so
OBS January
really,
2nd, OBS January 2nd. Pause record. Stop recording button.
the armor is the backbone of the
Cursor blind football. It
loadout.
did like 350 damage.
Holy, high roll. Holy high roll, yeah, So, because the armor acts as the backbone, the shield is just something that you can use, not something you really want. Like, you can, but you just have to use it well. So really, what it comes down to is just finding a way to make that work. If you can make the shield work, then, or if you can make the armor work, then you like have everything set. The ability is something that you just have to be careful with. I generally, though, think that abilities like charge can be stuck on most loadouts. And then for your weapons, yeah, your primary I feel like should always be one-handed. You could use a two-handed, but then you'd have to be playing really aggressively. So, I think then that the best thing to do here is always put a one-handed
A standard wait will
weapon,
begin in 30 seconds in the Temple of Legends.
and then see what that weapon can do. What damage does it do? How fast does it attack? What its glory strike? And although the glory strike isn't as relevant, mainly what you need is the range, damage, sweep, and attack speed. And then choose a weapon that complements that, or like even then, like I honestly often use a good weapon for my primary, just to hide the damage dealer in the back, which is usually a two-handed secondary. Specifically, I usually run things like the Pilum or the Greatsword. Usually it's the Pilum. So if you can do all that, then you're well on your way to making a good loadout, which in turn can make you better at PvP. And then all you have to do, once you get a loadout, you just have to learn the game mechanics. And then once you do that, there's very few people that will be able to stop what is coming after. Of course, the best of the best can always outdo an experienced player, or an inexperienced player, but I mean, yeah, I think this is going to cut it for the synergy guide. I'm gonna be uploading some duels from the
Standard
tournament,
wave will begin in 30 seconds in the Temple of Legends.
and then we'll have a full breakdown of the tournament coming as soon as all those duels are uploaded. So that being said, this is ManamonTamer's, and catch you later.
Stop recording.